What's up, everyone? It's your buddy Jayrassic, and I'm hoping that you are having the best day of your entire life today. And today is a great day because we get to jump on the trend train of the DLC tier list. And nonetheless, this is a trend that started a couple weeks back. Actually, it's been around for a while with different animals and so forth, but just recently it's resurfaced again. So I figured why not jump on the trend train that was started by Deluxe and Old Country and now Leaf, and well, so I guess that rounds about to me as I want to be with the cool kids. So with that being said, I went ahead and jumped on the trend train as well to create this little video. And now again, this is just for pure fun. It's not anything that's sent to the gospel for the exact ranking of these DLCs and so forth. This is just my personal opinion on it all. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. And the first thing that we are going to be looking at is, of course, the Deluxe. Now, I know Old Country and Leaf didn't really, Old Country didn't really touch base on it, but Deluxe and Leaf kind of did. So I'm going to go ahead and touch base on it a bit myself. Now, of course, the Deluxe package or edition, included basically 3 additional animals plus the music source. And honestly, some people would think, oh, would I really want to spend an extra $10 for that? In my opinion, absolutely. These were really well done animals that were absolutely needed in the game, and I think it was a good experiment for Frontier to figure out whether or not they were going to do a massive expansion pack or if they were just going to just kind of do little DLCs like they have been so far. And I think this was actually the formation of a DLC, of the DLC trend that we see today. So with that being said, it did come with the Pygmy Hippo, the Komodo Dragon, and the Thompson Gazelle. And of course, it featured everything that you would have in the game already, plus of course the music soundtrack. So with that being said, it comes down to, do you really like those type of animals and so forth? And honestly, I love the Komodo Dragon. It's one of my favorite animals in the game. But nonetheless, I am definitely going to put this at least good. I'm going to put that at good. Not so much for the aspect of the whole price and everything, but other than that, I still love just because of the Komodo Dragon and the Pygmy Hippo. That's why I'm putting it there. So the next one came down to the Arctic pack, and that Arctic pack included several different aspects. It included 2 additional missions, which is Definite Arctic Cool, Global Warming. Had several different building pieces in the game, and it really expanded the architecture within the game, and is well perceived within the community. It also included the Doll Sheep, the Arctic Wolf, Polar Bear, and Reindeer. Probably out of all those, I probably like the Polar Bear and the Arctic Wolf are really the only ones I really play around with. And honestly, I haven't even yet started a habitat for either one of them yet, to be honest. But there is a zoo that I plan on working on in the future that will have those in there, and I will definitely be using those. As for the Arctic theme building construction pieces, I didn't really use a lot of that till as of lately, besides maybe the torches and stuff like that. I really didn't use much of it. There's a few times that I used some of the smaller pieces and stuff like that that were in game. But as for like the major component and theme pieces, I didn't really use too much of those. So in all reality, as much as I love the animals and stuff, I'm basing it more on the construction side of it. So I'm probably gonna put it at the okay, because I don't hate it. I mean, it's a great one to have. The downside was honestly the animals requirements for that pack was just outrageous. The Polar Bear had requirements that exceeded any zoo expectations. No zoo in the world would ever even think about building the requirements that the Polar Bear had in game. Now, of course, Frontier was really basing it off of conservationalist type aspects of it, and we totally get that. But honestly, thank God they fixed that. They think they fixed it maybe about 4 or 5 months later after it was released, alongside with they fixed it again recently, I believe in 2021. So yeah, nonetheless, that was for the Arctic pack. I'm just gonna have to put that in the okay zone. The next DLC was, of course, the South American pack, and the South American pack was very, very well received within the community for several different reasons. It was a good choice of animals, which included the giant anteater, the Colombian white-faced capuchin monkey, the jaguar, the llama, and then for the exhibit was a red-eyed tree frog. So it was like that was the first exhibit animal that was in a DLC. So nonetheless, it was well perceived. We had tons of different new foliage and stuff like that, and a bunch of South American themed items that were flexi colored. So which has really helped out a lot on the construction side. Now, I'm a huge tropical animal fan, and so all these were great. I mean, the capuchin monkey is absolutely superb. Jaguar was right on cue. Even the anteater was pretty good. And the tree frog, for being just an exhibit animal that didn't move around much, was pretty well done. Unfortunately, I wish we probably could have got something else besides the llama. Why they put it in the llama, I don't know. I know it's one of Leaf Productions' favorite animals, but you know, in my eyes, the llama itself probably could have done something else besides the llama. But you know, we still got it, and it's still being used. It's great for kind of creating implied petting zoos and stuff like that. So, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and place that tier. Due to the construction aspects and everything, and the jaguar and all the other animals, I'm going to put that in the good tier, because the amount of foliage and everything we got that is just unsurpassable. I mean, I don't think any other pack has anything remotely near as good as what we have in game right now. And I would have to say that, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Europe pack was pretty good for foliage wise, but I mean, for tropical stuff, the South American pack was obviously the best choice. So with that being said, we will move on to the next pack, which is, of course, take a look at my notes here, which is, of course, is the Australia pack. The Australia pack was very well done in my opinion. I mean, it had a lot of good animals in there. I think it was a bit of course, I wasn't playing Planetzoo at this time. I was still working on Jurassic World Evolution and stuff like that, so I was, you know, drank that Kool-Aid for a bit. But long story short, I think it was still a pretty decent pack from what I saw. The animals were very well done. Like the southern cassowary was absolutely perfect. The dingo was pretty decent. The koala and the red kangaroo, very well done. And the eastern blue-tongued lizard, aka the blue skink, was pretty well done as well. And also we got quite a bit of foliage, like the Australian fan palm as well. Well, so again, we had a pretty decent construction piece and everything, and the wood pieces and everything, and the signage and everything. I pretty much used the signage from the Australia pack on a lot of different things. So it's very versatile. So some people will rank it a little lower than I probably will, but I honestly think, due to the fact that the cassowary is in there, which is all around great animal to have. I personally probably would have gone with the emu. I'm going to put that right up in the good tier as well. Actually, no, you know, I think that since it's the only DLC with a bird in there, and I love birds, we're gonna put it in the great, because I love the way the animals are and everything, and I do use a lot of the Australian pieces for building. So, with that being said, we're gonna put that in the great category. So, like I said, I'm probably ranking that a little higher than what other people say, and honestly, the Australian pack, I mean, it's not unheard of for, I mean, like I said, it's not the gospel. It's not the gospel at all whatsoever. So, next up we have is the Aquatic pack, and oh god, the Aquatic pack was a huge game changer within the community for Frontier. I mean, this was definitely one that it's pretty much unsurpassable. Everything in this pack was exactly what the community needed. Maybe not what they wanted, but what they needed. I mean, we got the gray seal for animals. We got the gray seal, the king penguin, the diamondback terrapin, the giant otter, and also the dwarf caiman. We also had a bunch of different statues, some other animal enrichments and so forth all around. This was a great pack, and it also introduced deep diving, which was a huge game changer for the community for making just so many exquisite builds and so forth like that. So in all reality, I mean, and the full rock itself, oh lordy, the full rock, I use that in every single build. I think the lady said the same thing. She uses that in nearly every single habitat all around. It's once you get the hang of the full rock, at first I was like, I don't really care for it. But then I unlocked the potential of the full rock with the recolorization, be able to understand the hex codes and everything. And I tell you what, you can use those full rocks for nearly anything. If you have the right color combination, it's also the full rocks in itself and the deep diving, that's going to go in the great tier. No doubts or questions about that whatsoever. So the next up for the DLC packs, oh, I'm trying to remember here. I believe it was the African pack, if I remember. No, actually it was the, yeah, I want to say it was the Africa pack that was next after that. And the Africa pack, oh, that took the community by storm as well. I mean, the fact that it was leaked didn't help. Oh, actually, no, it was the Southeast Asia pack. Excuse me, the Southeast Asia, the first animal pack is what it came down to. That one, I will say it was an okay pack. The Southeast Asia pack was okay. I didn't really care too much about the animals too much. Nothing that I really truly wanted. The Clouded Leopard was probably my favorite one out of the whole thing, along with the Malayan Tapir. The Leaf Insect was okay, but you know, so we got the Binturong, the Clouded Leopard, the Dole, Sun Bear, Proboscis Monkey, the Northwest Sulawesi Barbarossa, and the Malayan Tapir, along with the Leaf Insect. So yeah, you know, they were all pretty decent animals. I thought it was really cool that they went ahead and remodeled the Binturong after the community was just in a complete uproar about it. In reality, they still need to fix the tapir for what I understand. I honestly don't see the big deal. I think it looks okay. But all in all, I mean, out of all these animals, I did create a Binturong habitat, and I think they're okay. But in all reality, I prefer the Clouded Leopard and the Malayan Tapir. The only thing that really perked my interest with this pack, and it wasn't even the pack, it was the update that I actually enjoyed more than the actual pack, was the billboards. The billboards was absolutely phenomenal. However, we're not judging the update, the free updates. We're judging, or we're tiering or grading the actual DLC packs today instead. So with that being said, we're going to take that Southeast Asia pack, and you know, with the animals in play, the fact that they had to do some remodeling and so forth, it was the first animal pack. You know, I actually didn't buy it right away. I just sat there and I bought it right before the Africa pack when it went on sale. So I'm gonna meh. So I mean, it was okay. I mean, I do like the Clouded Leopard. Very well done. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna get a better of a doubt. We're gonna go, it's okay, because at that point, that's when Frontier started really listening to the community and saying, hey, we are hearing what you're saying. We understand that you're not liking some of the things, and we're making changes. And that, at that point, was a great sign on behalf of Frontier to show that they truly care about the community. So I'm going to give them an okay on that one. The next up is, of course, the Africa packs. I almost slipped up and said that before. I had my packs mixed up a little bit. But yeah, the Africa pack was a huge controversial one due to the fact that it was data mine leaked prior to the actual release of it, which is kind of, you know, understandable. I mean, yeah, we get it. I mean, we found out what it was and everything, and but Frontier still did a great job. I mean, they gave us the meerkat, which was a huge surprise to the community, because originally Frontier said that they weren't going to do any small mammals. Now, of course, there's some thoughts on that. I think the actual thing that they said was that we're not going to do any small exhibit mammals. I don't think they actually specifically said they weren't going to do small mammals. So correct me if I'm wrong on that. But anyways, the meerkat is probably my favorite out of this whole entire pack, and not just because it's useful in a couple different zoos that I'm building, but honestly, it is very adorable. In fact, it's funny, I've had this pack for well over a year now, since nearly a year since it came out, and I just now finally made a meerkat exhibit with my daughter, which turns out really great. I love the animations. The burrowing is just great. I mean, all in all, the meerkat was absolutely needed within the game, and it also opened up a whole lot of other probabilities within the game, especially for the modding community. The African penguin was another great one. I was like, okay, we got another penguin, okay. But, you know, at the same token, it's not a bad choice for a bird. I mean, finally we got another bird into the game that would be useful within the game. So, and then, of course, we have the southern white rhino. The phoenix fox, which is absolutely freaking adorable. I'm so glad they included that into the game. And then, of course, the scarab, as an exhibit, they had the sacred scarab beetle. Which, you know, I mean, it's cute animations and everything. I really wish they would have gone with, I don't know, probably, I don't know, some sort of viper or mamba or something like that. You know, something like a snake or reptile probably would have been a little bit more preferred on my side. But, you know, the sacred scarab beetle works just fine. And what's nice is due to the fact that they're transverse, the amount of different types of scarab beetles that are throughout the entire world, and what I mean by scarab is dung beetles, excuse me, that you can use it in different biomes if you truly wanted to, especially with you know, just a little bit of altercations with making some different terrain foliage work and stuff like that in the exhibit itself. You can really make it look like it belongs to a completely different subspecies. But so yeah, moving along with that tiered, I am definitely going to put the Africa pack right upside with great. And the reason being is not just the animals, but the plaster construction pieces are phenomenal. I mean, the fact that we got the plaster panels, we were able to get a lot of different aspects of plaster itself, all completely flexi-colored, different sizes, different shapes. I mean, it was definitely well worth it, and I would recommend the Africa pack over a lot of the other regular packs. So in all reality, I would, if I had to choose between the Australia pack and the Africa pack, I'd take the Africa pack any day. So next up, we would have our North American pack, and the North American animal pack was, you know, it was one that I was hoping for a animal and scenery pack. And you know, at the same token, at first I was like, oh, we're getting animal packed, and it's going to be like the Southeast Asia pack, and it's going to be crap, or at least not crap, but not to my liking. But then they started releasing the animals of what was all included in this, and I tell you what, Frontier nailed this one for an animal pack. This was the one that if they were going to go ahead and continue with the animal pack, this one was going to make or break that cycle, and this made it and exceeded the community's expectations. The Arctic fox, the black-tailed prairie dog, the cougar, the North American moose, California sea lion, American alligator, and North American beaver, all of them surpass all of what we were looking for. And I want to say that the prairie dog is probably one of my favorite little ones for the animations. The sea lions for the swinging animations, the American alligator. I mean, all of these, I just love all of them. The only one is maybe the moose. I don't really care too much for the moose, but you know, whatever. But other than that, everything else are animals that I can use in real life recreation zoos. So I'm definitely for an animal pack, not having any construction pieces, I'm definitely going to put that in a higher scale. So that is definitely going to hit my good mark for being an animal pack. And in all reality, I think that is very justifiable for the price and everything, paying for it. In fact, no, you know what? I'm going to screw that. It's going to go into the great, because it's very rare that I will say that I like almost every single animal of an animal pack. Like the Southeast Asia one, I did not care for all of those animals. And in fact, I seriously didn't buy it till it went on sale. But as for the North American pack, Frontier nailed it and solidified my trust in them of providing another animal pack. So like, for example, this next DLC that's going to come out should be an animal pack. I'm actually looking really forward to seeing what type of animals that they're going to be creating with that animal pack. So with that being said, yeah, the North American one has totally rejuvenated my trust and my belief that an animal pack can work. finally, last but not least, and probably the crown jewel of the European, the crown jewel for Frontier at this current time is, of course, the Europe pack. And the Europe pack is very, very well done all around. Honestly, I will be honest with you, when I heard that it was going to be a Europe pack, I was like, what kind of animals could we potentially have with that? And honestly, it's not a lot of different animals than what we have here in the United States. I mean, you know, larger cats, a badger, you know, deer, and so forth. I was just like really thinking that this was not going to be one that we're going to have. You know, honestly, it actually really did surprise me. The fallow deer was absolutely gorgeous in game. The European badger gave us the dens and so forth, and is absolutely very charismatic. The alpine ibex is just nostalgic like no other, by, you know, being able to jump and play on the rocks and everything like that. It's just so fun to watch. And the Eurasian lynx, well, the lynx was my mascot in one of the schools I went to, so of course I love that one. But I hate to say it, my all-time favorite animal is out of this entire pack is a fire salamander. And I don't know why, but just looking at that fire salamander, maybe it's because it's the only salamander we have in game, or amphibian that's not a frog. But that fire salamander, it is just so vibrant on everything. The only thing that I wish that we could have is maybe more scalable type exhibits, because I hate to say it, that exhibit is huge for that fire salamander. So, but other than that, I mean, all these animals were very well done. The modeling, the texturing, everything was perfect. And not only that, the animal enrichment items were absolutely crazy. With the goat climbing mountain, the animations on that is absolutely superb, especially when the ibex gets to the very top and does its little strut pose. It's very good looking, and if you can get a picture of that in the right lighting, it's just phenomenal. The other thing with the European pack is the building pieces. Oh god, these are the smallest building pieces we have had in game to date. And we're talking like the marquees with the hinges. I mean, those hinges are absolutely useful in so many different aspects. If you're wanting to create really small lettering, like what Ricey Fonts does and everything, instead of using those big rudimentary squares or triangles to make those small little fonts and everything, you can use those hinge pieces, and that work is so useful in so many different aspects. So definitely highly recommend. So for an animal and scenery pack all together, for one that totally blew my expectations, I would have to definitely move that one all the way into the great category, because it is indeed a very great asset to have within your arsenal if you're wanting to build realistic builds. So there you have it. There's my tier list. I am finally jumping off the trending train. I rode the trending train, and now I'm jumping off, and I hope that you guys all enjoy this. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, and if you like any type of videos that I've been producing, whether it be a real life, a reconstruction of zoos, or DLC speculations, or even just some collabs, feel free to subscribe to my weekly content. Also, make sure you smash this like button, right above right there. Yep, right. Oh wait, no wait, it's down there. Sorry. So go ahead and smash that like button right below here, and make this video accessible to the rest of the community and so forth by either liking or sharing or whatever the case you guys want to do. And also, if you have your own tier list, make sure you go ahead and put the comments down below, because I'd love to see or hear what your opinions are of what your favorite DLC is. And of course, this week, hopefully, we'll be hearing soon of what the next update will be, which will lead us to the next 1.9 DLC. So, till then, stay tuned, and we will get you to the newest news as soon as possible, as soon as we hear it. So, till next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for watching, and as always, build, play, and enjoy. This is Jayrassic, signing out. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and leave a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. That way you keep up to date with all the content that I release on a weekly basis. You can also follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Discord, as well as Facebook. Till next time, build, play, and enjoy.